everyone, you're welcome to the show Close Flow. My name is Saint Patoni, and my guest today on the show is one of Nigerian best. I'm talking about a man who has a heart for his people, a philanthropist, a lawyer, an oil and gas maritime businessman. Let me just let the cut out of the bag. I'm here with Chief Lulu Briggs. Yeah, the name sounds a bit familiar, right? Chief Lulu Briggs is a Calabari-born politician, one-time chairman of Maritime Academy that was in Oran Cross River State, and presently the chairman of Federal Medical Center in Owerri. You just must meet him. Hello, sir. Hello. I'm so happy to shake you first.
Thank you. Thank you. How are you?
I'm okay. I'm good. When you walked in the platform, I'm like, wow. Finally we've finally tracked him. And it's gonna be a good time, don't you think so?
I agree with that.
I must admire you. You're really looking very young, classy.
Thank you. And you are looking so beautiful.
Thank you so much. Okay, talking about Chief Lulu Briggs, he's a typical Calabari man, right?
Yes.
Of course, it shows in his costume.
He's a typical Rivers man.
Okay.
One who is proud of his rich cultural heritage,
yes.
and who wants to be remembered for the wonderful things that the state used to represent.
Exactly.
Time was when Rivers was seen as the garden city, the place where every other Nigerian wanted to go to. Today, most times when you hear about Rivers State, all the negative things that you hear, we hope that we'll be able to, in the very near future, address all of that and take us back to that, period, right, when we glory, in the fact that we're Rivers people.
Wow, I'm sure the glory is back. With people like you, coming out to occupy positions that matters, so I'm sure the glory is back. So I would say congratulations to all River State people, okay, and of course Calabari and Efik region. Congratulations to them because they have a son who has brought back the glory. All right, we just want to know more of your educational background, how you started as a person. Even though you have a heart for people and you provide platform and opportunities for people, youth, I'm not sure you have too many children, so tell us about that.
Well, I am married to a wonderful woman, Dawn Lulu Briggs, and we have 4 kids, a boy and 3 girls. We have to also show concern for the woman. I think that having put her through that experience 4 times, I think that should be enough.
You tried.
That should be enough.
She has tried.
Yeah, she's very supportive. Right now all the kids are abroad, and she's even more abroad now. So I'm here. I have to run between Nigeria and the UK, and she's more in the UK looking after her kids, and they are coming out wonderfully well. So her hard work and dedication to the family and all that. So thank God, he's been there for me at all times. He gave me a wonderful woman. Since 1999 when we got married, it's been a fantastic experience to date.
I can see that all over you.
Yeah, and God blessed us, with 4 wonderful kids. 4 wonderful kids. Yes. Well, life was difficult when I was growing up. A lot of people don't know this, and it's coming from the fact that my father has been, in politics and also, in the national consciousness for a very long time, and therefore a lot of people think that I was born with some silver spoons and I had life very easy. But of course, even my dad was an agricultural laborer at some point in Bida.
Oh, really?
Oh yes, he was a truck pusher in Port Harcourt.
You serious?
Oh yes.
Wow,
yeah,
interesting.
Oh yes, he was a police recruit. He joined the Nigerian Ports Authority. As a clerk. He had no formal education. He saw himself through the ranks by doing correspondence courses. At that time, and then of course he excelled. He rose to become manager. At Nigerian Ports Authority. Veered into politics and did very well. And in 1979 to 1983, he was the national deputy chairman of the ruling party at the time.
Okay.
So that's what people know. People forget, the background. For me, growing up, time was right in Port Harcourt when it was difficult. After school, I had to sell, cold water on the streets of Port Harcourt.
Like hawking it?
Oh yes, yeah, like hawking it. Yes.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, and then just so that Mama would be able to put food, on the table, and that was a very difficult time that we had. However, Port Harcourt was good everywhere. It was like a community. People looked after the other. And as difficult as life was at the time, we found neighbors, who assisted. Going to school, sometimes was difficult in the mornings because living with my father where we were, in the area of town, it was several kilometers to where, my primary school was.
You have to trek.
Yes, in the beginning, yes, that was what we had to do. A few times my father had to carry me on his bicycle, to school. It's a wonderful story, and sometimes we had to go to neighbors, who had vehicles, who had kids, at the same primary school. And so in the morning I would have to wake up very early, get dressed, rush up to my neighbors' homes, wait until they're also ready. And so I had the privilege of driving, to school, in their cars and all that. So yes, that's how, it was. And that was my primary school there. I went to one of the best secondary schools in Rivers State at the time. It's called the Government Comprehensive Secondary School. From there I went, to Ahmadu Bello University, the School of Basic Studies there. And then I had the best results, in arts.
Really?
Yes, I had a B in literature, and then at that time, nobody had made a B in literature in A levels
really?
at the time. Oh yeah.
Wow.
And I was admitted to read law. I was in Zaria from 1981 to 1985. 81 to 82, I did my basic studies at the School of Basic Studies in Zaria, Samaru, Zaria. Then 82 to 85, I did my law in Ahmadu Bello University. 1986, I did my law school. I was called to the bar in 1986.
Okay.
And then I went to London School of Economics, University of London, where I did my master's, in law. And then I came back, of course, did my youth service at Katsina Polytechnic in Katsina. And then, of course, I came back to Lagos, to begin to work. I also practiced a little bit in Lagos before I went back to Port Harcourt to do politics. And then, of course, veered into business with my dad. And thereafter, it's been more of politics, more of business, more of philanthropy, trying to see how we can, remembering our past, how it started for us, and how people have, had to make contributions to get us to where, we are today. It's only important that we give back to society, and my father made it a point, that we always give back to society. And for me, that's very important. You must have a heart for the people.
Exactly.
You must be willing to feel their pain, and see how you can help them, through difficulties. The same way, people helped us when, the place where I grew up was more like a community. So yes, in a nutshell, that's my educational background. Okay. And I've had to do so many other courses. I've been to Harvard before to do courses on leadership. I've been to Cambridge to do specialist courses and all that, And then today I'm chairman of Platform Petroleum. That's an indigenous exploration and production company.
Okay.
Yes, and then of course I have my other business also in Port Harcourt. I'm into marine and all that. Yeah.
Wow. Most times when you Google about someone, okay, you may not really get as much as you get, when you discuss with the person one-on-one. I think this is original and this is you. Thank you so much for sharing that part of your life with us.
Thank you.